Welcome to another edition of NRG This Week. I'm Leon Thomas. I'll be joined by NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. You're watching NRG This Week. Here we go. Welcome again to NRG This Week. I'm Leon Thomas. I'm joined by NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. Mike, how you doing?
I am doing awesome, Leon. How are you this morning?
Everything is groovy. It's all good. So, Mike, tell us some things about business. You mentioned, and I've heard you say several times that we need to be doing revenue generating hours to help our business. What's that mean? Explain that and teach that to us, please.
Yeah, revenue generating hours, Leon. It's really the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You should be doing things to advance your business, whether you're calling somebody, you're on a Zoom, you're at a networking meeting, you're meeting belly to belly. Things like working on taxes and CRMs and admin stuff, those are not revenue producing activities. While they're necessary activities, they really should be done after 5, before 8 a.m., evenings and weekends to keep it real and to keep you moving forward.
hmm And Mike, why do you think that so many business owners don't, or I shouldn't say so many, but why do some don't use that time? What is going on? What are they doing instead of revenue generating? And why do you think that they don't take full advantage of that time?
I'm smiling because there's one word that comes out, Leon: procrastination. So many people like to put things off. They don't like to, go do what they need to get done. So they make excuses. Oh, I've got to get my list organized. I've got to get my CRM. I've got to get my taxes together. And while there's simple tasks that can be done, they're not moving you forward. So I really think it's procrastination. You want to, and the thing is, if you procrastinate, it's going to put you off and it's going to set all of your goals backwards. So we need to get a handle on that, and you need to really write down on one side of the Ben Franklin close, left side of the page, what are revenue producing activities for you. Draw a line in the middle and put on the right side what are non-revenue producing activities, and that will give you clarity so you know what to do, when to do it, and how to get things accomplished. I call that the Ben Franklin close.
Okay, great. Now, Mike, tell us something else. You, in our pre-talk before the show started, you mentioned you were watching some things this weekend, and you wanted to share some things from one of the business gurus that you were watching this weekend.
Yeah, Leon, I was watching a couple of YouTube videos of Tony Robbins, and it's amazing. The guy's built a fortune. Passion, that's what he talked about. He's like, whatever you do in life, in business, you got to have passion and decide to be happy now, not when when you have $1 million in the bank or $2 million or you have a girlfriend or a wife. You need to decide to be happy right now. Live in the moment. And that's what Tony Robbins talked about: living life with passion. Because if you're not living your passion, the days are going to go away from you, the years, and all of a sudden you're at the end of the line and you never lived a life with passion. So I found it very interesting to listen to one of the best teachers in the world, and his big word was live every day passionately.
hmm And Mike, one more thing. This Friday, you have a big event going on with NRG. Tell us about it.
We've got a big event. One of my favorite speakers out on the West Coast, Gab Waterman, is going to be talking about the art of the follow up. They always say gold is in the follow up. And Gab is going to be speaking from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be 1 hour. We're going to record it for all the members. And it's going to be a great event. How to follow up. And, follow up starts right in the beginning. It doesn't start at the end. It starts in the beginning. So you've got to have a follow up system. Gab is an expert in this. I would highly encourage you, because if you're doing all the right things, but you're not following up, you're going to fall short. So the information will be all over the website, Facebook, LinkedIn. We definitely encourage you to join us this Friday, 12 noon, 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be a great event.
That's 12 to 1 p.m. this Friday.
this
And you
Friday.
can get information. I guess information about that is going to be on your website. And tell everyone your website, please.
The website is nrg.online, nrg.online, and we'll have it all over Facebook and LinkedIn. But it's one of those can't miss events.
All right, great. Mike, always helpful, always great information right here on NRG this week. Mike, thanks for being with us again right here on NRG this week. Thanks. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week. Folks, you just watched another episode of NRG This Week with Mike Weiner. Thomas, have a great day. Thanks for watching NRG This Week. And it looks like we're having some technical issues here, Mike. So we're gonna go ahead and continue the show, and we'll wait till we get word from our producer, Dr. J, on everything that's going on. So, Mike, tell us some more about the speaker. You mentioned Gabby from the West Coast. Tell us some things about her, please.
Yeah, Gab, she's been an NRG member for about a year now, Leon, and she brings an energy that's amazing. She's totally into law of attraction. I remember when she was on her first meeting, she got the pinball right away. She was able to jump into the meeting and start to give referrals right away. She's really been a great extension of NRG along with our expansion directors, and just a great person, big heart. And I know she's lived in California her whole life, and she's going to bring in some of that West Coast magic to us with the follow up. But she's got a whole follow up system, Leon, that is just absolutely off the charts and absolutely amazing.
All right. And when you say follow up, one of the things that happens in every area of business, it doesn't matter what you're doing, is we reach out to someone, we make a contact with them, maybe send a proposal, and then that's it. We do nothing. And as you know, my background is in the hotel business. And one of the things that I used to teach directors of sales, so folks that work property level, that were directors of sales or sales managers at hotels, was number one, when someone calls you or someone emails you, call them back, respond to the email. And the second thing was, after you've sent a proposal or after they've come and made a tour of the property, make sure that you follow up to say, how was everything? Did I answer all of your questions? What else can I help you with? And sales would go up simply because other hotels did not follow up. It was amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, if your follow up is weak before the client buys from you, how's your follow up going to be after they buy from you and they need you? It's so apparently obvious to you, Leon, and to me. Follow up. That's how we were trained from my copier days. You've got to follow up at every single step, and because so many people don't follow up, you are going to differentiate yourself right there. It's like the waitress coming over to you to make sure you're okay. Do you have enough napkins? Do you have water? There's so many times it's just not done. And even in a restaurant with a waitress or waiter, that follow up has become one of those things that it's like it's golden when it happens, but it should be all the time. And it's one of those basic principles of life. You've got to follow up. And why would anyone buy from you if you don't follow up? So make sure that you're following up every which way. And you know what? Follow up can be done in so many ways.